Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Informal98 back at it again. We're coming back with Chapter 2 of the Escape from Tarkov guide. Today we are going to get into the Hideout. We're going to talk about the upgrade cost, what they do, how it benefits you, and why you should not be sleeping on this, because if you are definitely missing out. Now, first, before we hop into the actual Hideout, there's two settings I want to give a shout out to. So in case you haven't noticed, there is an option down here to preload the Hideout. Now, some people, when they click onto their Hideout, they're stuck waiting for like up to 5 minutes sometimes, depending on their computer. You definitely want to make sure that's on. Now, if you do have a really old computer, you do want to turn this off because it does use up a little more resources. So turning that off will help your frames and such. But if you're able to hold a pretty consistent frame rate and such, it doesn't use that much that it's going to tank it. So you could turn this on pretty easily. Now, the other one that I want to give a note out to is the wish list. You can have it so it only targets hideout zones and it's auto. So this is helpful. What I do recommend from time to time though is clearing it and right clicking and adding on manual items, because it does like to get a little messy and add things that are no longer needed. So it helps keep it a little cleaner. Now, the other one is if you have played Tarkov, you clicked into the hideout, you've heard of this. Where is it? Wait, do I gotta save it? Do I go back into it? Why don't I hear it? What the heck? You usually hear like a maybe I gotta go back into it. Maybe that's what it is. Hold on a second here. No, maybe it's my music's overplaying over it, but they used to have a very loud like vents noise. I guess that's not too much of a problem. Oh, it's because I did music volume. I'm stupid. There it is. Apologies for that. Alright, so yeah, as you can hear, there's a lot of like here, let me pause the music so you can hear exactly. You have this just in your ear, that like the whole time, and it's so annoying. So I always recommend you go into settings, you just turn that off. It's right there, turn it all the way down. It's not needed. It has no relevance to the game. Personal preference. If you like it, you like it, but I do recommend that. Alright, now we're gonna jump into this. This is going to be a lot, and we have a lot to get through, so I'm gonna go as quick as I can. I don't want to be another 2.5 hour video. I do apologize for that. A lot of information to be going through. So we're gonna be through it all as quick as I can. Now, we've broken this into 3 main categories. We got storage, passives, and then crafting. Now, I'm also going to go over an honorable one, which is going to be special nodes. So we're going to cover everything. We're going to be in depth. We're going to break everything down. Now, I want to break down the benefits of this before we get into the specifics, because a lot of people don't realize why they need to focus on this. They think, we'll do it on the side, whatever. But there's actually many benefits that you have to keep in mind. Now, to start off, storage. If you don't have EOD or such, you're struggling with storage. The Hideout produces a ton of storage. A lot of people don't know this. If you go to your weapon rack right here, I believe you need to have workbench level 2 in order to craft this, and I think level 2 shooting range. I can't remember the requirements to craft it, but as you go on, this will be something you want to level up. Now, this right here at level 3 can hold up to 182 slots. It holds 91 slots on 2 sides. It only holds weapons. It doesn't hold attachments. It has to be a functional weapon. So if you take off the pistol grip, a lot of people like to remove the mag in a pistol grip to save some space. You cannot put those onto the weapon rack. There was an exploit at one point, but if you know me, I don't like exploits. We don't do that kind of stuff, so we are going to avoid talking about anything like that. Now, on to the next one for storage here. We have the gear rack. Now, the gear rack is massive. A lot of people don't realize. You get a full mannequin at level 1, level 2 you get a second one, level 3 you get a third one. Now, these are massive because you could put any bag on it, any rig, anything on it. Like, I could put my armor on here. I could put, not that one because it's not working, but I could put both of these on here. Just a bunch of random stuff. I could fill up this bag with whatever I want. So if I put a bunch of, for example, the raid bags that hold that much space, I could just stack them in there and fill them up with whatever I want. And then as you can see, they hold pouches, armbands, everything. You can get a lot of space. I'm not going to go and calculate the maximum space because it really comes down to what you want to put on here. but you could easily get probably 300 stash space if just items, not including armor and such, by using the right gear here. Now on to the next one here, we have the Hall of Fame, which is right beside this. Now the Hall of Fame, once you have it maxed out, it holds 10 dog tags, 24 one-slot trophies, which are like valuables. As you can see, I've thrown a couple up. I don't tend to use this because I have a lot of storage. I don't really need this one too much, and honestly, I forget I put things on here. But it also holds 24 2 to 4 slot items. So these could be 2 slot, 3 slot, or 4 slot trophies or valuables. As you can see, it doesn't have to be purple. It can be clocks or such like that. And that can add up to 144 spaces worth of stash. That's a lot of stash space you could save that would be in your junk cases, and a lot of people at low level struggle filling up their junk cases and needing to buy a lot more. You can kind of manage this as you level this up. Now it is a little bit of a pain to level up because it does require a found in raid bronze lion and a couple other things like that. So you do got to keep an eye out for that. We'll get into the requirements once we get a little further. Now, I am going to put an honorable mention here, and that is going to be for the generator. The generator by itself at level 3 can hold 5 gas cans, but once you level up level 3 rest space, you could get another one to get to 6 slots. And then once you max out the hideout management, I believe you get 2 extra slots. So that will put you up to 8 additional slots of up to 6 spaces that would otherwise sit in your stash. Now, another pro tip just before we continue on, don't just sell off your metal fuel tanks and your expeditionaries when they run out. You can do a few crafts with them. So we'll get into that shortly here, but you do want to keep them. The blue ones especially, that's the wrong way. These can be bartered into weapon cases, which sell for roughly 3.5 to 4 mil, and you need 5 of these in 5 pistol cases, so it's definitely something you can use those for. They do not have to have any resource in it. Empty ones work. Now on to the next one, we're going to get into passives. So these are going to be the skill boosts that people don't realize. They know about the crafting, they know there's some weapon rack, things like that, but they don't realize how overpowered some of these passives are. For example, first here, we're going to go with the workbench. The workbench shows you how to fully weapon customize in off-raid mode, so in your stash. It also unlocks weapon repair via weapon repair kits, and as you level up this, it does make it so it reduces that cost when you do use that weapon repair kit. Now, to show you what it means by full weapon customization, that is when you unlock this screen. Now, as you can see, I can see every attachment slot, but not only that, but when I click on an attachment, let's say I wanted to change the mag, it shows me every available attachment regardless of if I can buy it or not at this moment, and then if I want to, I can filter by item, or let's say I wanted to switch this, I could hit assemble and go to buy parts, and it'll take me right to a screen where I can buy them from either proper, or if I remove from traders, nobody's undercutting proper right now, but you could end up buying it from the cheapest option there. So that is definitely something that'll make your life a lot easier. Now, something to mention with this is you can also save your presets, open your presets, select a different weapon, or find specific parts. You can do a lot with this. I'm not going to get fully into this right now as we're focused on the hideout, but that is definitely something you want to unlock. Now, next up, we have the water collector. Water collector boosts your hydration and regeneration, so between raids, if you run a scav or such, you'll gain more of your hydration back as that time goes, rather than having to drink every time. Now at level 3, you unlock this craft here, you put a water filter in, and it'll slowly produce water filters, purified water. Now this is important because this will go into crafting moonshine. We'll get to that in a bit, but you do need level 3 water collector in order to start this process. Before that, you do get these crafts. These are worth running at all times just for that extra thing of XP. Even this one here, if you run a full water bottle and you get a full water bottle back, you just keep doing this, you get XP. It may not look like it, but you do. I have confirmed this. I have gotten an intellect, a level up off of this craft here. It's crazy that it works because you're literally not doing anything, but it somehow does, so we don't question that. Next up, we have the shooting range. Now this levels up your combat skills. I don't have the note here of all the combat skills, but that's going to be the ones that are like your, here, going to characters. That's going to be where is it? These ones, your specific weapon ones, as well as your troubleshooting aim drills. These ones are the only ones. Mag drills fall under practical, if I'm not mistaken. I have a note here for that one in a second. On to the next one though. Oh wait, sorry, back to that one. So as you can see, that's a 12.1% XP gain there. That's a big number. That stacks with other things. We'll get to that in a minute. Now on to the next, we got the rest space. Rest space here, as you can see, a lot of benefits. Rest space is really good to level up. Negative effects removal rate. That's going to be tremors. That's going to be toxin doesn't really go away. I'm trying to think of the other negative ones, like concussion, those kind of things. The negative effects, those go away a lot faster. So if you pop up a stim that says you got 40 seconds of let's say tremors, for example, because that's one on my mind, that goes away 12% faster with this. Now there's other ways to boost that as well, such as the immunity skill and I believe the nutrition station. So you definitely can reduce those down a lot to the point you hardly feel their effect. Propital, at this point for me, I get those the tunnel vision for literally like 3 seconds and it's gone. It's not even a hindrance at this point, and I love it. Now, as you can see, it also boosts your energy regen rate, but also your health regen rate. So if you are very, very poor and you can't afford to heal yourself and you don't have a grizzly or anything, which by the way, healing with a grizzly is better. You get XP. Paying to heal yourself, you don't get XP for it. But if you can't afford anything, you're struggling, having this leveled up makes it so you passively heal. So if you're on a scav, you come back, your health will be regenerated. I do want to note though, this is only for actual HP. So broken bones, things like that, will not be healed by this. Now, that's a very important thing to note. If you have a bunch of broken bones and you're expecting it to automatically heal, that won't heal. You need to buy a splint. The maximum energy reserve, this one is confused on a lot. This just means if you go to your character, you now have 110 as a base stat for your energy. I'm not gonna lie, I used to, when I first got this, thought it was because of metabolism level, but no, this is definitely because of this right here. And then as I mentioned when we were on the generator, this also unlocks an additional slot for the jerry can, so you get more storage in your generator. Now, the next one we're going to go to is the nutrition unit. So this is going to boost your energy and your health a bit more, but it also gives a little bit to hydration. So this one just helps boost you outside of raid all around to get you back into the raid. It's also really good for some of its crafts, but we will get to that in a bit. Now into the library. This is a very big one. Whoops, that's a misclick. I thought it was going to slide us up. There we go. So this is going to give you a whole 18.15, well, I believe it's 15%, but I have things that boost, like hideout management boosts your passives and such like that. So I believe it's a 15% base raid experience boost, but as you can see, it does increase. And that means, let's say I got 10,000 XP in a raid. I'm now going to get 11.8 thousand because of that extra boost there. And this is only one level up, and then it's fully maxed out. You don't got to worry about it again. So you definitely want to get this as soon as you can. And it also helps you with practical skill leveling by 35%, I want to say. It might be 30%. I can't remember right now, but it's still a huge boost. And these are your covert movement, your crafting, your heavy vest, your light vest, your hideout management. So that's going to help level up your hideout a lot faster. Your mag drills, your search, your surgery, and your weapon maintenance. So this is going to help you boost a lot of very vital skills and help you become a much tougher player. Now over to laboratory. This is one of my favorites just because you can craft this without gas. So early levels, you want to get this just so you're constantly crafting things even without fuel in your generator, even if you don't even have a generator. Now this unlocks armor repair via repair kits and makes it reduce the cost. These are great. I have not paid for repairing my armor pretty much ever. I just bought them off the flea when I could, or find them. They're actually pretty easy on customs and lighthouse. You can find them and weapon repair kits pretty easily. Now with that being said, the next one here is going to be over in Hedon. This is going to be your energy regen as well as negative effects removal rate. Once you have this maxed out, that is a whole, I want to say it's a 50% reduce, but as you can see, mine has boosted a whole 10.5 up. So that is a massive reduction. That is, let's say 20 seconds of tremors is now gone down to say 8 seconds. And that's from this alone, not including our immunity skill and our other hideout benefits. Huge upgrade to have. Now, Intelligence Center is another good one. This one gives a 15% Scav cooldown timer as well as task money reward boost, but it also gives you a 20% insurance reduce on your return time. So if it was going to be 10 hours left, it would actually only be 8 hours left. It's a huge boost. It does help a lot. But when you get to level 3, which I have to go to labs a lot more for, I haven't really ran a lot of labs up. I will definitely get to that, but it gives you an additional 20% cooldown time on your Scav, as well as 30% flea market fee reduction. So what that means is you can start flipping things for a much bigger profit margin, and it's a very big benefit, and that's why you'll see a lot of people with a couple hundred flea rep already. They have maxed that out and have taken full advantage of that. Now, the next one here is going to be solar power. Now, solar power, it's a very basic, it just makes your gas in your generator last twice as long. So as you see, fuel consumption 50% less. That's all it is. And again, you just got to go labs and get this. And then the rest is literally just find these, you're good. The rest you can buy, not that hard to get. Now, air filtering, this one's a little different. So this is your physical skills by 40%. So this is a really good one as well. Now that's endurance, health, immunity, again, big skill, metabolism, strength, stress resistance, and vitality. So that's a very big one to have. Now, unfortunately, this one is a little bit of a pain because 25k euros. And then these, I thought you had to have these on red, honestly. So I could actually do this. We have the money. Probably going to do that after this video, not going to lie. Problem with that, actually, back to this, is, okay, so this isn't just a passive though. So the thing with this is it's kind of like the generator. You have to put an FP100 air filter into this in order for it to work. So I don't remember exactly. I think it's a few hours out of each one. It's pretty expensive, but it's definitely worth it for the boost that you get. It's definitely something you want to keep on running. Now, I am going to put an honorable mention here of the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't actually give you a passive. It just likes to say skill group leveling combat 0%. So I don't know if they're going to implement a boost to this or something. I just wanted to point that out. That's the only other one with a quote unquote passive, and I'm not really sure what that means. Now, onto the special nodes, we have the gym first. The gym is massive and you need to be using this as often as you can. Now, the way this works is you must have 60 energy and 60 hydration to use it. It will be 15 quick time events. So there will be a hexagon that appears in the bottom middle of your screen, about right here. Actually, I can just show you guys. So here, let's hop right in. Let's click. We're gonna run over here and we're gonna do this twice a day. So the first time you do it is gonna reduce your XP gains by 50%. So as you can see, the first time we're gonna get 2 every time we do this. Now, if we were to fail, which I'm not gonna do intentionally because it does get quite difficult, so we will probably fail one of these. There we go. There's a 10% chance every time that is red to break your arm. And if you break your arm, it ends automatically. Now, once you get to the end of this, oh my goodness, there we go, you'll realize you have a debuff. Now, this debuff, it says mild muscle pain. A lot of people thought this would affect your in-raid performance. This does not. All this debuff does is makes it so when you use the gym, you receive a 50% XP reduction. So now you see we're only receiving 1 or 1.2 instead of the 2 or 2.4 that we were receiving last time. Now, after we complete this, we will get another debuff, and that will make it so we receive 0 XP from using the gym. So that's why you only want to do it twice a day, because any more, you're not actually gaining anything from it. You're just wasting your own time. So it's actually a complete waste of time to do it more than that. Now, as you saw, we just leveled up both. It is a very big gain. I love that so much. I haven't done a raid yet, so that's literally, as you can see, it's massive gains. I don't know why it's showing such big numbers, but yeah, massive gains. Do not be sleeping on that. Next up, we have the Scav case. The Scav case is kind of like a gamble in a way. So you're gonna put in a certain set of money. So either it could be straight up rubles, or a moonshine, or the highest tier, the intel. Even though the moonshine's worth more than the intel is the highest tier for some reason. I don't know why, so always use intel. People used to think that moonshine gave you valuables, while this gave you more keys. There's actually no note of this on the wiki or anything that's solid, so I'm not going to take that into consideration. Now this will give you 4 to 7 items, and it has a 5-hour and 20-minute turnaround. Now, as you level up your hideout management and things like that, it does go down. So it is a lot easier. Now, as you have the lower options, these do have lower timers on them. So if you are struggling for money, you can put money in there to gamble. I will say you can make some good money off the lower ones, but it's extremely rare. You usually just get some really bad attachments. Now, the last special note here is going to be the Cultist circle. This is a whole can of beans on its own. I'm not going to break this down too much, but I'm going to give you 2 really good ways to maximize your gains out of this. First one is going to be the G28 for an access card. So if you go to, I want to say it's Skier, and you scroll down to, nope, maybe Peacekeeper, yeah. So right there, you can already see it. It's right here. I want to say, I don't remember what tier it is, but you get 1 Labs Access keycard, which right now they're only 100k, pretty cheap, but they are going up. You could do this. Sometimes you get access keycards for pretty cheap. Sometimes they drop to 70k when people undercut each other. So if you can, this would be the cheapest option. Otherwise, if you go over to Skier and you scroll down, you'll find the Sega 9 right here and the STM 9 here. You're gonna go with 3 of these and 1 of these. I mean, I don't have to right now. I'm gonna do it anyways, just so it's prepared for next time. That was a little more expensive because access keycards are cheaper, but I just wanted to show you guys this because access keycards are gonna rise. These are bought through traders, so these will never rise. So once those go up in price, this will be the cheapest way to do this. Now, either one of those work, you're going to put it into here. It's going to give you a 14-hour timer, or it's going to give you a different timer that's going to give you quest items. I think it's like a 8-hour timer or something like that. And that could be really good. If you have the Cult Part 2, for example, where you need to mark the marked rooms, you have a good chance of getting the Dorms 314 marked key, which is a lot of money. So there's ways that you can kind of exploit it. I also get a lot of vertexes out of this when I have those quests. Very easy to get quest items, but if you don't, you get a 14-hour timer and you usually get good money. I got a docs case and a key card out of mine today. I didn't record that, unfortunately, because I hopped on and just started all my crafts and wasn't really thinking. Kind of wish I did now, but you know, hindsight's 2020. So those are going to be those. Now there is an honorable mention, and that's going to be the rest base. Now the reason for this is because of this right here. Now if you do the Targrad Tales storyline, there's a little mini game that you can play through. This is pretty interesting, honestly. It's interesting, I'll give it that. So I am going to put that as another special node because you can play a video game within a video game, and that's kind of cool. Now next up, we're going to jump right into the crafting. We're gonna go with laboratory first because it's my favorite. It does not require power, so when you are going through tough times, you can still make easy money. Now, as you saw, this right here, I'm already crafting. This is how you use your empty fuel tanks. I'm using 2 of those to turn it into a grenade case. Another craft I love even when you're poor is this right here. The UX Pro Beanie you can buy for 2,200 from Ragman. You buy 4 of them, you can do this craft twice. You get 2 of these, which are worth 38k. So you paid 4k for 38k. And it's like 30-minute craft. You can do it every raid. Really easy money right there. Another good one is hoses. You can get hoses, which you need for Hideout, which is sometimes pretty expensive. They're going down now, but they used to be 200k each. Very expensive. It was easier to craft them. Now, this is another good one if you like army bandages to get them in bulk. 5 bandages and 1 vodka. Pumps out a bunch of them. That way you don't have to buy them. I just do it sometimes because I'm lazy and I get the XP of having this craft if I don't have anything else going. Now you can also make water filters with a couple items, a gas mask and a fuel tank expeditionary and a piece of paper. Now paracords as well, magazine case, this is up here, the ox bleach, because you can barter this for helmets, you can barter it for armors. It's a really good barter item, so you can, if you're struggling for money, pump these out and get some free items for your kits to make your life a little bit easier. Now the 60 rounders here are just highlighted because this is level 2, I believe you unlock these, and you will need these for a gunsmith, as well as some you'll need 2 for ice cream cones. It's a quest from Proper. Now, you can find these in PvE on PMCs, but in PvP, people tend to hoard these a little more, so you won't find them as easy, but they are fairly common to find on the ground. A good spawn, it's like a 50-50 if it's there or not, is ZB14 on woods if you need it for the task. You can check that if you can't craft it yet. Now, you can also just make fuel tanks now, as well as filters. Also, you can make Lucky Scav junk boxes, so if you are struggling or you got a bunch of these and you're just trying to make some XP, it's 11 hours or something like that for the craft. It's not a bad way to pass time and get some XP off it. Now over to the workbench. This is where you're going to make a lot of money right here, because if we go here, I'm just going to buy all that I can. You can buy 6 at a time from Mechanic, and then you go here, and you should buy one of these, 19,000. So we probably spent like 20-30,000. These right now are 70k a piece. So we're making 50k plus 70k. We just made 120k off of that craft. You see what I mean? Easy money. That's what I'm saying. It's 2-hour craft, yes, but it's very passive. It's free XP and it's constantly going. Another good one is thermite, as well as the tool set, because you'll need them for hideout and a couple quests. Very good to have in craft. Green batteries can be used for the Bitcoin barter. Wires, you're going to need a lot of them, and it's only 2 cords to make 8 wires. Definitely a good trade-off. If you need caps, you can buy a power supply unit and just turn it straight into caps, or if you have one sitting in stash. If you need the working LCDs found in Raid, we were looking at that for the solar panel. You can craft them right through here. Same with car batteries. If you need them for vents level 3, or if you need them for car repair, you can just craft them with a tank battery. Now, you cannot buy a tank battery until you're level 40, so this is more so if you found an extra one, because you do need one for a task, so hold on to the first one you find, but if you have a backup, by all means. Spark plugs, again, task item, motors, rechargeable batteries, OFZ, a lot of task items. Now these are where it gets interesting. So you can now, these are new, but you can now refill a repair kit with some pretty cheap items. So this is definitely something to keep in mind if you're about to run out on one. Just repair it, get it back up to full durability, and voila, it's brand new. Saves you, compared to buying a new one of these, which are like 600k, you spend maybe 150k and you got a full one. Zaveda, I want to give a shout out to this. If you have the task to kill 3 PMCs while blinded, or while they're flash, you pop this and you have 2 of the other rounds behind this, and it's the easiest way to get this task done. Very, very, very good round. I always pump out like 20 of these for when I have that task. Now on to the next one here. That's probably going to be the intelligence center. Yep. So this one, you can make flash drives if you still need them. If you don't need them, then it's not really much of a big deal. Labs access keycards are the one I make because it's easy money right now. These are about 100k a piece, and these are only 170k. I probably shouldn't be telling you this because everybody's going to start doing this and I'm going to lose all my money, but you know what? I got you guys. Vertex, if you need it for tasks, same with refrigerators or whatever. RF IDRs, they're called without the full name. Blue notes, if you need these as well. A lot of task items, man. This is always keep going, but this one you should probably keep going at all times because it's free money and it gives you XP for crafting. So you definitely want to have something going at all times. Next up, we have the water collector. Water collector, this is a cheat code, dude. Like I said, just keep crafting this for free. Every raid, just throw a water bottle in, dude. You get free XP and you don't even have to pay for it. But if you are going to do other ones, this one's a good one because it kind of trades off in value, and these are really good. These give you 50 hydration and 5 energy. Really good. I love them. A partner that with a Tashanka, you got both food and water up in 2 slots instead of using a water bottle and an Iskra, which take up 4. Really good thing to have. Or you just use an SJ9, but you know, that's for higher up people. Now, this one down here, this one used to be really good because aquamarines were really expensive. They were like 50k at one point. They've dropped, so this one's not really a good trade to do. I'm not gonna lie, I would avoid doing this bottom one. Now onto med station here. I pump out a lot of meds. I just keep doing it, and then I usually do propitals, or I'll refill these if they're low, just because Calox are the best one to run for anti-bleed unless you're gonna run stims. This is a good one for anti-bleeds. You'll also need these for samples, and I think Colleagues Part 3 also needs an AHF1 if I'm not mistaken. Mules, you do need to finish samples in order to make this, but obviously mules being mules, they are highly valuable and they increase your weight capacity by 50%, so your limit, not capacity, so you can carry really heavy items with much less of a struggle. I love it. It's a great stem. If you've played Tarkov for a while, you know about this stem. Now, if you're a low level, craft an IFAX. It's a really good way of making a good heal, so you're not dependent on Saluas. This takes 1 slot and you get 2 of them, and it's a very cheap trade-off. Now down here, making cheese. I love cheese. A lot of people don't know this. AI2's fastest heal in the game. If you're trying to heal a limb, the AI2 has the fastest animation to fully heal that limb and put away and have your gun up compared to any other med in the game. Now at that, it does only have 100 HP value. So after you heal a limb or 2, you most likely have to drop it. It's useless at that point, but very good to have in the start of a raid. CMS, if you're low level, you can't buy them, so it's worth unlocking level 1 so you can make these. ETGs, you have to complete samples for. Again, really good. They are like propitals on steroids, 6.5 health per second, really good. Defibs you'll need for a couple quests, so this is a good trade for that. Also, these are like a few 100k on the flea market, so you can make money off of this one as well. Aluminum splints, 3 uses compared to 1. This is just an easy trade-off. If you have nothing going, do it, make it. That way you get XP going, always have everything going. Serve 12 is the best one in the game. It can heal splint or broken arms or legs. Really good. Also surgery. Always make these when you can. I usually have 4 in the stash as backups. SJ6, super stamina. SJ1 you're going to need for quests, and it's also used in SJ6s and a bunch of other things. The Gustin's really good. Anti-bleed for 3 minutes straight if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And then Blue Bloods. This is literally just like a Zagustin but also a propital. Really good. And then AFAX. If you're really low level, these are better, or it's just better money. You can trade these off. These sell for a bit more than these. So if you have nothing going, again, something low levels can do. Now down to nutrition unit. This is where you need to make your sugar. We're going to get to why you need sugar in a minute, but this is what you're going to want to focus. I have probably like 20 of these in stash waiting just to be made into sugar. And if I go into stash and I scroll down to this one, we got moonshine here. We got a full thing of sugar here. We got Alliank is there. You want to keep pumping these out. We'll show you why in a second. Other than that one though, MREs and Iskras, if you need them for tasks, are pretty good. EWR, they're a little expensive because it's tech tape, but if you do want something, that's pretty good. Max energy drinks. Energy drinks are great if you have high metabolism. You'll only really need 1 to keep through a raid and be high stats. Other than that, like quest things like small beef, the beef sausage, sorry, things like that, you can definitely do those for quests. I would avoid most of them. This one down here is really good if you're trying to trade up for the Holodnik, because then you don't have to buy them, and it's a relatively cheap trade up. Honestly, you could probably make quite a bit of money off this one as well. But honestly, I save these for moonshine just because then I can trade them up for thick cases. So that's what we're gonna get to now. This is your booze generator. So once you hit level 3 water collector, you unlock the booze generator. With a 1 super water, as what we used to call it, but it is a purified water. Everybody calls this super water. I just got used to that, so that's why if you hear super water, it means this. And 2 sugars makes a moonshine. Now a moonshine, you never drink. You either sell, because it's like 400k, or if you go to traders, I don't think it's oh it is, okay, yeah. Right here you can trade 50 moonshine, 50 vodka, and 30 whiskey for a thick items case. Now that is this in stash. That is this huge container holding all of this and taking up only that. That is why you want to save up your moonshine. You get multiple of those and you are set for life. And as you've seen, you literally just need water filters to make these, and the chocolate bars, the Alionkas, to make these. You can have these crafting all the time to pump those out. So that's what I'd recommend you stay on top of to maximize your gains. Now, I do have one honorable mention of a craft, and that's going to be the LEDX craft. It is a cheap way to get a LEDX, but it's kind of a pain because this book is damn near impossible to find. If you did find it, screw you. Not for real though, you actually should play the lottery or something. But yeah, that's going to be the crafting part. Now we're going to break it into the last part of this video, and that's going to be the full-on hideout costs. Now, the way that I was looking at this and the way I was going to go through with you guys is I'm going to see if I can kind of cut out the background on this and just pull up a picture that I found online. Because this picture has literally every single hideout cost that has been put together so nicely. But I'm going to go through the list here with you. I'm going to try and replace this background here with this picture and give credit to, what is their name? It's right down here. MVGGUS, like G-U-S. If I said that wrong, I do apologize. This guy's a legend for putting this together. I'm going to try and put it up here so you guys can see it, and it would just be a lot easier for you guys to see. This was updated on the 15th of December of 2025, so it is updated. Now, first and foremost, we're going to get into the loyalty levels to get to max traders before we get into what items are needed. Now, to max out your hideout, in order to reach that, you must have level 3 proper, level 3 therapist, level 3 skier, level 4 peacekeeper, level 4 mechanic, level 4 ragman, which right there, that just means you need all of them maxed out. But just in case somehow you don't have the rep or something, you can skip those ones in a way. Jaeger level 3 and ref level 1, because ref does not matter at all to that. The skills required are attention level 3, endurance level 3, health level 2, metabolism level 3, strength level 2, and vitality level 3, and then hideout management level 5. Now, a lot of those you're going to get really easily. Those are not hard levels to get. You do not need to go out of your way for those at all. Now, hopping into the basics, we're going to start with building materials. For building materials, we're going to, here, just in case I can't, I'm going to pull them up just so you guys can see what they are. You need 23 duct tape. So that's not those, sorry, that's Keck duct tape. It's not loading because the flea market is slow. Oh man, okay, yeah, we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna pull up the video, or sorry, the picture on my screen somehow. I'm gonna trim it all down and get it working for you guys. We'll figure it out in the background. Don't worry about that I'll figure out. But 23 duct tape, 99 metal parts, 63 bolts, 53 if you're unheard or EOD edition, 15 tape, 25 tubes, 23 nuts, 13 if you're EOD or unheard. Now, the reason for that, again, stash is maxed out if you have EOD or unheard, so you don't have to level up your stash. So that's why we don't have to pay for those upgrades. So it is a different number for that. So if you have EOD, that is why I'm adding in those. For Keck tape, you need 26. 8 must be found in raids. So you want to keep 8 Keck tape in your stash. 8, what is that? Poxaram, yeah, Poxaram. You want to get 8 of those. Those can be bought though. Nails, you need 30, but 12 have to be found in raids, so you do need to stash 12 in your stash. The thermometers, you need 2 found in raid, so you do need to keep those. It also says another 2, so I think you need 4 in total. Now, M-tubes, you need 12, but you need 2 found in raid. Screws, you need 50, but if you're EOD or unheard, you only need 25. Hoses, you need 42 of. Pressure gauges, you need 14, with 4 being found in raid. Xenos are 17. Shoes are 28. If you're unheard or EOD, that goes down to 20. Now, into tools. If you remember in the very beginning, the lavatory needs an all. That's going to be your found in raid one, but you also need one more as well. Wrenches, you need 5, 1 being found in raid. Elite pliers, you need 7, with all 7 being found in raid. Krizage, the sewing kits, you need 3, all found in raid. The measuring tapes, you need 3, with only 2 of them being found in raid. But if you're EOD or unheard, you only need the 2 that are found in raid. Round pliers, you only need 1, and it has to be found in raid. Bulbex, 1 that's found in raid. Pressure gauge wrench, you need 1 that's found in raid. M scissors, you need 3, all 3 found in raid. Ratchet, you need 4, 4 being found in raid, but only 2 if you are EOD or unheard. Sledgehammer, you need 1, and in that case, it has to be found in raid. That is going to be for breaking the wall open to access your gym, because there is going to be an upgrade node here before this door is a thing. You must break down the wall and make a door. Now, hand drills, you need 2, both being found in raid, but if you are EOD or unheard, you only need 1. Master files, you need 5, all 5 being found in raid. Same with tool sets, but you need 11. So you need 11 tool sets, all found in raid. Now, up to electronics, you need 124 wires, which is why I'm saying that craft rate here for wires is very, very, very important. Now, helix, you need 15 of. Bulbs, you need 26, but you need 5 found in raid. And if you're unheard or EOD, you only need 21, 5 being found in raid again. 60 CPU fans are required, 25 of those being found in raid. ES lamps, you need 113. S plugs being spark plugs, you need 17. Caps being capacitors, you need 17, 7 of those being found in raid. T-plugs, you need 16. Relays, you need 46, 4 of which are found in raid. PCBs, you need 25, 15 of which are found in raid. Those 15 are going to be for your Bitcoin miner level 2, so you are not going to need those for quite a while, but you can craft those in the workbench. VPX, you need 4 of them, the VPX flash modules. The magnets, you need 1, which is found in raid. Then you need the GPSA, which is the thing found in labs for the solar panel. Nope, for the other one. Oh wait, nope, that's for this one. Yes, this thing here. So this is found on labs, only on labs. Same with the one for the other one. We'll get to that in a minute. We also need 20 military power filters, 8 Nixers, 1 DVD, which is found in raid, 8 HDDs, 39 cords. That is going to be very easy if you go interchange a lot. Sounds like a lot, but it's very easy. SGC10s, you need 2, both found in raid. LCDs that have the screen fixed, you need 6 of them, 5 being found in raid. Military cables, you need 18. Motors, you need 24, 14 being found in raid. PSUs are 25, 15 being found in raid. And then there's the MCC, which is the solar panel labs icon right here, the advanced current converter. When you find it, you know how it has a little word up here, it will just say MCC for some reason. You also need 6 ASAs, and you need 12 drills. The drills must be found in raid. You also need 25 power supply units, 15 being found in raid. On to energy elements. We need 4 green batteries, all found in raid. That's going to be for your rest space. You need 5 car batteries, all found in raid. That's going to be for your vents. You're going to need 2 tank batteries. These do not have to be found in raid, but unless you're level 40, you will have to find them in raid. Now, up to flammable materials, you need 2 fire clean, both found in raid, 5 thermite, not found in raid, matches 3, Cricken 6, Serval 1. The Serval must be found in raid, but if you're EOD or unheard, you do not actually need a Serval. D-fuels you need 5 of, matches you need 2, both being found in raid. The TP200, sorry, those are hunting matches, not normal matches, just want to add a note on that. They both say matches. The one that doesn't have the rows, those are hunting matches, so the hunting matches do have to be found in raid. Now the TP200 TNT brick, that is 2 needed. The WD-40 small cans, you need 7 of. Actually, that might be the large can. I would recommend grabbing the large can because with the workbench, lavatory, you can turn them into 2 small cans anyways. So it's just better to grab them anyways. Now on to household materials. You need 1 soap, 1 toilet paper, 1 toothpaste, 5 sodium. None of those found in raid. Those can be bought off fleet, but you do need those. Salt, you need 4, but you need 3 of them found in raid. If you are EOD or unheard, you only need 1. Alkaline cleaner, you need 2 that are found in raid. Drain cleaner, you need 2 that are found in raid. Paid bug spray or whatever it is 1, and it has to be found in raid. Medical supplies, you have your vitamins, you need 1 of those. You have your salt or saline solution, you need 16 of those. You have your syringe, which you need 1 of. You need 1 LEDX. You need 2 blood sets, both of those being found in raid. You need 3 med tools, all 3 found in raid. You need an O-scope, which is found in raid. And you need 1 med. Now the LEDX can be bought, but you can't get it until level 35. If you got one from the tutorial, you could use it for this or save that for a quest. Regardless, they're pretty easy to find on interchange. I may make a video on that to help some people out. Injury treatment, 2 band-aids and 10 S-March. That is very easy. You can buy those from Fence even and save quite a bit of money on that. Now up to the top over here, we got info items. So MFDs, we need 8. SSDs, we need 1, it has to be found in raid. Flash drives, we need 3. SMT, we need 2. Slim diaries, we need 5. Bake Easy, 1, but it has to be found in raid. Diaries, 5. Manuals, 11, but 3 have to be found in raid. Intelligence needed 4, but you need 3 found in raid for that. And then 1 topographic maps. Now into valuables. This one's a little more difficult to find them all. Mainly, for me, it was the lions that held me back. So kind of make a note of these and make sure you have them. This is going to be mainly for your Scav case and Cultist circle, as well as the Hall of Fame. So you need 2 chainlets, both found in raid. Skulls, 6 found in raid. Gold, you need, or gold chain, 8 found in raid. Roller, 4 found in raid. Horse, 1. Lion, 4. Rooster, 2. And a cat, 1. All of those, every valuable must be found in raid. So everything we just went through, all of it has to be found in raid. Others, so this is going to be your random items. This is going to be your Aramid fabric, you need 10 of them. Your Majeka coffee, you need 5, Cordura, you need 10. Power filters, gas mask filters, you need 5, and they need to be found in raid. Now a cheap way of doing that is the lavatory. You just buy the GP7 and craft them with this trade rate. Weapon parts, you need 8, which you can craft in the workbench. And fleece, you need 15 plus, because it depends on how many times you want to clean this wall. I believe you only have to do it once, but some people like to do it a few times until it pops up. It might be a chance thing. I would just keep cleaning it until it lets you break the wall open. But yeah, it says 15 plus, so it seems to be a chance thing. Maybe you have to do it until it opens up. I must have gotten lucky. Now, special equipment, you need an armor repair kit. It does not matter the durability, so you can use it down to under 100 and then just lock it so it doesn't use it when you repair things, and then just unlock it when you want to do the upgrade. Multi-tools you need 3 of, and then cameras you need 4, but if you're EOD or unheard, you only need 3. Now, containers and cases, you do require, for the Scav case, you do require a junk case to be sacrificed for that upgrade. So you do have to buy an extra one or empty one of yours out. Drinks, you require 3 moonshine for this. So they do have to be found in raid. So seeing as this takes a while to get to the point that you unlock this, you will want to make sure you keep an eye out for those in the earlier levels. Now, the next one is going to be 1 factory map. You can buy that off the therapist, so that's not that big of a deal. So I'm just going to quickly make sure we continue all of these as well. And then we already went through the skills and everything. So that is going to cover everything that needs to be found in raid. Again, I am going to attach that image and make sure you guys can resort back to that. That is going to be a very helpful tool. That picture, if you have that available and you organize your junk boxes, keep track of everything, you'll be never needing anything by the time you unlock all the upgrades, and you'll be way ahead of the curve. So definitely a worthwhile thing to do. But with that being said, I think that is going to wrap up our chapter 2 of the guide today. I don't believe there's anything else really to go through other than I can quickly show you guys the benefits of the shooting range. So a lot of people think, oh, it is what it is. It's just a freaking shooting range, but you can do all sorts of things. With level 3, you can do this. Warning, I have not warmed up at all, so I could be terrible, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You can actually kind of just like mess around where it's, okay, well that was weird. See what I'm saying though? You can just literally sit here and mess around, and then they'll do it from the tops as well, and see what I mean? And you can just sit here and you can aim train, you can add strafing in and get more used to strafing while shooting. Things like that. I'm rusty as hell, I'm not gonna lie, but that's where I'm saying, like, you get used to this, and it helps you a lot, really. You get used to all kinds of guns. If you get a gun you've never used before, like, say you find your first spear or something, you want to test it out, this doesn't use ammo, so you can shoot it away in here, grenade launchers, things like that if you want to try it, but you don't want to risk it. Just bring it here, shoot it down the line. You can do all sorts of things with that. Now, the last thing we're going to get into is these up here. So you can toggle on night vision. So if you have no fuel or something and it's dark, you can do that if you really want to. You can also do hideout customization. So this is going to be your walls. You can change the wall design you have. I like this one just because compared to these, it feels a little brighter. So I like to have it bright as possible. Same with the floor. I like to have it so it kind of shines. This one seemed to be the brightest of the options. So it's up. Targets, you unlock a lot of them. These ones are all, if it has purple, it's from the Twitch one. Twitch drops. If you have them, you have them. If you don't, it's SOL at that point. These ones are prestige. This one's from a task. Just different things you can unlock. I think I unlocked this one from a task as well. And then here, you can put posters up. So this is where, if you're a collector or such, you get event posters and such. Throw them up in here just so they're not taking up space. Things like that. Figurines, again, you could put a bunch of different things in here to save up space, but I forget things are in here, so then I struggle to find them. So I don't do that. But with that being said, boys, that wraps it up. That's everything you need to know about your hideout, all the benefits it provides, all the costs to get to those benefits, and how it can benefit you forever going forward after you make those costs. Now, this is going to take a while. I'm not going to sit here and make you think it's going to be maxed out. As you can see, like, my Bitcoin, my Intel is not maxed out, and I have a couple hundred hours already, maybe even a few hundred hours since 1.0 came out. You have to really focus on finding the things you need, or it's not going to happen. Like, I need to go to labs and get this just so I can, because you can't buy these, they're not listed on Flea. And then these I can buy. So it's literally, you just have to go out of your way to get the things you need, and then you're good. Like this one, I literally just need him. I have one of these locked and I already have those. Find what you need, get it. Find where to get it, and you're good. There's only 2 items that are actually locked to one location, and that's going to be this here and this here. And as I said multiple times this video, these are only on labs, so that's why I have not gotten them. I have not ran labs yet. Definitely get on this, boys. Get on top of this. Get your gains going as you level up your hideout and such. If I go here to skills, you get multiple benefits. So weapon made, or that's not even, yeah, crafting here. So crafting, once you max out crafting, not only does it reduce item crafting time and reduce all silic production times except the Bitcoin, those are going to be massive decreases in time, and it's going to make you a lot more money. But once you max that out, it actually gives you the ability to do 2 crafts at one time. So instead of only making 1 thing in your workbench, you can make 2 in that workbench, 2 in your lavatory, 2 in your med station, and you literally double the money that your hideout makes you. Now, hideout management, this increases all percentage bonuses. So this is your passives we went over. You saw mine were increased. This is how, by leveling this up, every level is a 1% boost. It's really, really, really good. Now, reduces fuel, air, and water filter consumptions. This is 0.5% every level. So again, really good. At max level, that's 25%. Really good benefit. Combine that with the solar panel, and you have literally a 75% reduction in fuel costs. So it's massive gains. You want to be doing this. This does take a long time to max out, but there are certain ways to cheese it. There has been exploits. As you know, we don't cover exploits, but there are ways to, you know, get there. It's not impossible. You just have to commit to doing so. Like, for example, this is done. Just get it started. Another one, you get more XP. You also gain other XPs like intellect and things like that while you do these crafts. So do this, get on it, get started, get going, boys. Now, with that being said, we are wrapping up here. We're going to call it. I just want to give a quick shout out to the comments in the last video. If you've made it this far again and haven't checked out the first one, that is what to pick up, why, and why it's valued at on the flea market. A lot of items people don't realize are worth a lot of money. A lot of videos that are telling you to buy keys you don't need, and you've probably passed items worth hundreds of thousands and not even realized it. So if you haven't checked that out, it is 2 hours and 30 minutes. I do apologize for that super long video. This one's coming up to an hour, another long video, but a lot of information again. So I do thank you all for coming out. If you do love it, leave a comment. We're going to get into the next one soon. I think part 3 is going to focus on, it's either going to be traders or it's going to be starting on some actual money runs and things like that, because that's what people really want to see, is how to make money rather than, you know, how to play the game. But I do want to get the basics out of the way so people know what to do. There is a lot of new players struggling, so that's where we're trying to cover the things that people don't want to talk about before we get into the things that everybody does want to talk about, because people are already talking about those. It's just a lot of it, unfortunately, is false or stretched to get more views, and that's kind of a problem right now. So hopefully this does pretty good. You guys see some authentic upgrades and such. You see some authentic information that actually helps you, and we can go from there. Now, with that being said, I do want to put a special kind of note here. If you guys have anything specific that you guys are trying to learn about, like whether it be attachments or something like that, like something you can't really wrap your head around and you want to see like an hour-long breakdown on it, let me know. I'll sit down, I'll go over, I'll get a bunch of notes. I have gotten way too much notes for this one already. I was going to do every specific level cost, but I figured that would take way too long, so we did trim down quite a lot this time. But with that being said, I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate you coming out. I'm going to wrap it up here and start on the next one right away. I'm just going to determine which route I want to go and go from there. So with that being said, love you all. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and peace out. That's from 98. Adios.